Hello people, Tony here, and welcome back to another episode of TTBurger Game Reviews, and this is going to be another multi-part review here, and broken up into two parts here, and this is episode 103, and those of you who already know, I love the FMV gaming genre and stuff like that, that was popular in the 90s and stuff like that, which were games that felt like watching a movie and stuff like that and stuff, which like in interactive movies like that, like games like I already mentioned, games like Dragon's Lair, Fox Hunt, and Corpse Killer, and Ground Zero, Texas Sewer Shark, and all that stuff, and Night Trap and Double Switch once popular on the Sega CD and stuff, and of course can't forget one of the most popular FMV series out there for gaming stuff. That is the Wing Commander series, and that's what we're gonna be talking about here for this part. Now there are only two Wing Commander games released on the PlayStation, so this will only be that's why it'll only be in two parts here. Now for part 1 we're going to look at Wing Commander 3, Heart of the Tiger, and then part 2 we're going to look at Wing Commander 4, The Price of Freedom. But now we got that lot to talk about here, so let's get started. We're talking about Wing Commander 3, Heart of the Tiger for the PlayStation. This will also be on the PC and the 3DO, but like the PlayStation version is the only one I have, and if you can find this game in the long box version, definitely pick it up because it's definitely a collector item. You can find it in the long box like this. Now, what does this say about Wing Commander 3, Heart of the Tiger? I mean, like, back in the day, this was considered cutting edge for its time and stuff like that, because like it's just on how cool it looked and stuff like that, and how how epic it was and stuff, and especially because it had big name actors in it, like of course Malcolm McDowell, who played as Luke Skywalker in Star Wars and stuff like that, and Thomas Wilson, who played as Biff from Back to the Future, and American adult actors Ginger Allen and stuff like that, and plus Malcolm McDowell, and more and stuff, and just that these actors here and stuff like that are definitely what made the story and game epic and awesome and stuff, because like this game is definitely considered epic and cutting edge for its time, and this is the series that inspired the Mass Effect series too and stuff, that which I will be explaining later how Wing Commander 3 and 4 inspired the Mass Effect series and stuff like that. But we'll talk about that later. But I'm not getting the story. The story is very deep, but I'm gonna try my hardest here not to spoil it much and stuff. But I'll try and explain what I can without spoiling here. The story stars you as Colonel Christopher Blair, who's played by Mark Hamill and stuff, and it talks about the war with the Kilrathi and stuff like that. And Christopher Blair has been assigned to the TCS Victory, which stands for Tin Can Sally Victory, and under the command of Captain Eisen and stuff like that and such, and they're trying to put a war to the end of the Kilrathi and stuff. On the TCS Victory, you have your crew members like Flint, who's pretty much one of the female pilots and stuff like that. You have Rachel Coriolis, that is pretty much just the mechanic, and you have Cobra, you have Hobbs, who's pretty much a Kilrathi on their side, and Vagabond, Vaquero, and more and stuff like that. But I'll be here all day explaining this stuff, and you basically just to talk about what they're doing to prepare for the war against the Kilrathi and stuff like that. While Christopher Blair is also trying to find out what happened to his love interest, his girlfriend Angel and stuff. But that's pretty much all I can say about the story here, because if I do that, I'll be here all day explaining it. But I can say about the story is very epic. There's a lot of plot twists and turns like that, and it'll keep you on the edge of your seat wondering what's going to happen next. And it's definitely a great story, fantastic story, and definitely one of the best stories ever in a video game, especially for an FMV game like this. Now for the presentation here, let's talk about the presentation here. For the most part, the game is in full motion video and stuff, so it's gonna be like live action, like how it was in Fox Hunt and stuff like that. But the quality for the FMV cutscenes looks great. It looks really good and still stands up to this day. It looks fantastic looking stuff. They look very crystal clear and stuff, and they look great. Although, the only problem I have with these FMV cutscenes is that you can clearly tell they were all done on a green screen. I mean, nothing against that there and stuff like that. I mean, just that I know a lot of stuff is done on green screen, but just that there are times where you can clearly tell that a lot of the scenes were done on the green screen and stuff. It's just like a lot of them were. Just that it really shows it there and stuff like that. And just that, and it's just a little turn off for me and stuff. And I'm sorry if I offend anyone, but you can clearly tell definitely. Not only that and stuff, but because of the space on the PlayStation discs, some of the cutscenes were cut due to the lack of space and stuff, and the in-game graphics, all made right now, do look a little blocky and stuff, but still look okay for its time. I mean, I'm not gonna fault it here because this was a game released in 1996 and stuff, so I really don't feel like it's fair to judge this game, because yeah, it does look blocky and stuff, but then again, it still looks okay. But my main complaint about the graphics is that the frame rate really bogs down at times when the action is getting hot during gameplay and stuff. Like the frame rate will just either just stop completely and freeze for like a few seconds or so, or it'll just be so laggy and stuff. You wonder if something's wrong with your game, but it's not wrong. It's not wrong with the game because the game's on 4 discs and it does it on every single disc. So that's the thing. Now for the sound. Sound is awesome. I love the sound. All the acting being done by the actors is fantastic, and they sound like they're doing a great job, and they sound like they're really enjoying playing the roles of the character stuff. Especially Mark Hamill and stuff, that he does a great job. Without him, I don't think the game would have been as good as it was and stuff. And Gillian Allen also does a great job and such, along with most of the other actors too. I mean, there are a couple of hokey lines here and there, which some of the lines that can come was very cheesy and awkward. But then again, this was the 90s. It was a different time then start that. It's not like how it is now and such. But like the music is also fantastic. Like the music is fantastic. It puts you in. It has that sci-fi feel to it and stuff. Like you're in the moment and such. But I will admit there are some complaints here with it. And that's like on the PlayStation version, there's an audio glitch during certain cutscenes where the audio won't play at all. You'll just hear a stutter noise and stuff. You won't hear anything. You'll have to reload the game to hear the cutscene again and stuff, because sometimes certain cutscenes only play one time and stuff, and that is a pain in the neck there. And some of the sound effects sound a little muffled there, but that's not a big issue though, because this was the 90s. It was the PlayStation, didn't have the best sound quality and stuff, so that's understandable. But I do love the game. Don't I do love the game. Just that there are a couple points I have and stuff. But I'm not gonna be that hard to take a lot of points off. So I'm just letting you know. But now let's get into the meat of the game here. Of course, the gameplay. The gameplay is intense and epic. It's fucking crazy and it's awesome. Like I mentioned, this game has so much content in it that's on 4 discs and stuff. And like there are 2 parts to Wing Commander 3: Heart of the Tiger. For the first part of the game, there are 2 parts. Like I said, like first you have the navigation mode where you're pretty much on the ship, navigating, talking to your crew members and stuff like that, and strengthening your relationships with them and your crew member and the members' morals and stuff like that. You can fall in love in this game too and such, and it's like you have a choice selection too where you can like either strengthen your relationship with certain crew members or like weaken it and stuff. It's really cool and stuff, and even though you can actually play some cutscenes on over and stuff, and you want to see how the other options like. It's really cool, and then I feel like this is where Mass Effect got their dialogue option from, and stuff like the dialogue thing from and stuff, because how you can choose which way you want to say and stuff when you're on the Normandy and stuff. I feel like this is what they do with the TCS Victory, and it's really cool, and yet this is definitely an awesome thing, because back then we didn't have something like this at the time, and this was definitely a new thing for us, definitely. And of course, then you have the combat mode, which is basically you flying around in a ship, dogfighting against enemy ships, where you shoot them with your laser or your missiles, stuff like that. Just shoot down enemy fighters and stuff like that. And it's fun. But I will admit the controls can feel very weighted at times and stuff. But they're not. It doesn't take long for them to get used to, definitely. So it's still fine. It's still fine. But overall, the game is really fun. It's epic. It's cutting edge and stuff. It's just fucking awesome. Now there are those problems I had with it, but those problems are not that big where it's going to affect the game for me or anything like that. I mean, it doesn't kill the game for me at all. It's just this was a port of a PC game and stuff, so this was a port that was going to have problems and such. So that's why I'm not gonna take that many points off for it and stuff. But still, that some of these problems should have been ironed out, like the sound glitch and such, like that could have been fixed and stuff. Like, I mean, I know this wasn't the PC version, but still, they could have took the time to fix the sound and the frame rate and stuff. But that's just me. But that's just what I'm saying here. But like, that's why I feel like this game inspired the Mass Effect series stuff. That I feel like Mass Effect was like the modern Wing Commander stuff, because like how you're on the ship talking to the people and stuff like that. Sure, I'm comparing RPG to like a FMV game and stuff, but still, you'll know where I'm coming from stuff if you played the game. But I'm just saying that there. I mean, like, I like both Mass Effect and Wing Commander series stuff. I'm just like them both equally and stuff. It's just that back then we had this, so I grew up with this. So that's why that's the thing is that. So I love Wing Commander 3 and I love Wing Commander 4 and stuff like that, which I know, which I'm sure you guys already knew anyway. But that's pretty much all I can say there. So what's my final verdict here? You definitely gotta pick this game up. Those of you who are big fans of old school gaming and stuff, you gotta pick this game up. The easiest version to find is the PlayStation version, because I heard the PC version doesn't run well on modern PCs, but this is definitely the way to go. It's kind of expensive and stuff to get it, but if you can find this game, especially in a long box case like this, you're in for a treat, because this game is amazing. due to the small complaints I have with Wing Commander 3 Heart of the Tiger, I will not be giving it a perfect 10, but I'll be giving it a 9 out of 10 because like these are problems that like are understandable because it's a port and stuff like that, but still someone could have fixed like the sound glitch and stuff and the frame rate. But that's pretty much all I gotta say. Stay tuned for part 2 of episode 103. We're gonna be looking at Wing Commander 4: The Price of Freedom. Does this game live up to Wing Commander 3 Heart of the Tiger and stuff like that? And does it become a better sequel and stuff? You'll have to find out in part 2. That's pretty much all I gotta say. Those of you who are new here, feel free to subscribe, like the video, comment down below, and also don't forget to join my Discord group, TTBurger Gamers United, because we're always looking for more people to join. That's pretty much all I gotta say. This is Tony. Peace out and have a great day, and see you all in part 2 of episode 103.